Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Before I go, much further, can you just give me some kind of indication that you can hear me? Okay, I've done something slightly different this evening. I've got these little earbud thingies in, trying to make an impression on the sound, because I had some feedback yesterday telling me that the sound basically was crap. And this is a bit of a learning experience for me. So we'll go ahead. I want to also apologise for yesterday with regard to the quality of yesterday's live stream. That was quite naff as well. What I looked at the playback, and what was basically happening every time a plane went overhead, this was going nuts. And I don't know whether it was the interference from the engines or the transponders or anything like that. It was quite something. And I had to go and stand in the corner of a car park just with my tripod like this in front of me, talking, and people were coming up wondering, hey, who the hell's that cab driver over there looking a bit crazy, standing there in the corner talking to a stick with a phone on, you know? It was a bit mad. I'm seeing people, no need to apologise, Andy. Hello all, good to see you. Let's have a look about this little sound check that I've just asked about. Evening, Andy, everyone in the chat. Hello, Factual Breakdown. Good to see you. I'll say some hellos in a minute. Sounds fine here. Thank you, Bridget. Andy, you're okay on regards your mic. Zulu, thank you. John Harrington, loud and clear. Kim Alliston, that's good. Good. These good vibes. Okay, that's excellent. I think, and I just knocked my stand there, that people are okay hearing me. So let's jump back and see who we've got in the chat, shall we? And say hello to some people before we go any further. Bloodnose, hello to you. You are the trademark holder of the term Andy's Army. I love it. And it's wonderful. Yeah, I tell you, I love how this channel's getting about, by the way. There was, we did the school run this morning. Took my young lad Jack, who most of you have met, to school, and we were talking to one of the mums, and one of the mums said, "Oh, my family loves your YouTube channel, Andy. They're always watching it. They want to get on there, and they like it because they know someone online that lives just up the road. Yay, you know." And a couple of them may well be in the chat this evening. Marjorie, good evening to you. Hope you're well. Air Zulu, Bridget, good to see you. Where are we? We've got others in here. Julie Keys, hello to you. Blood Nose has been commenting. Alan Pate from Chester, good to see you. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you're well. I saw your little rant about my sound. The other thing as well that I was worried about was the video quality. Now, when you broadcast at night like this, it does go a little bit grainy because there's a dip in the light. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll move it. My lighting in here is that, and also, if I can, that as well. Those are the lights in the roof of the car, and that's what provides me the lighting. I do have another light as well, kind of down there, one that I haven't been asked to set up yet, but there you go. Where are we? Get out. I'm fine, so is the weather. Yeah, I had a little bit of rain today on the way back from the airports, but it was good. Was Andy on earlier, going by his title? I've done some normal video recording today, Bridget. That was the thing. I want to try and get this channel back to, the kind of thing that, it used to be, where we had a bit of everything. Good evening, Alan Edge. Good to see you. Let's see who else we've got here. Kirky Bailey, hello to you. John Harrington as well. John Harris is in the chat. He's a regular contributor. So hello to you as well, sir. Hope you're well. Anna Perkins, good evening to you. Hope you're all right. Good to see you and your contributions. And we've got loads of people. M. Perry, Lorna McKenzie, good to see you as well. Paul Warner, evening to you. And got lots and lots of you. Kim Alliston, hello. Who else have we got here? All the regulars. Chrissy Williams, hello to you. One of my regular loyal followers. It's wonderful to see you. Spider Log, and all the others. You're all here. Hello, Julie Baldwin. I just seen you and Tony Whitworth as well. Cheryl. We'll do some more. Oh, hang on. Who's another one? Matt Walton. Yes. Good to see you. Yeah, there's a few of you in there that are the paid channel members as well, who do contribute £1 a month to the old Gabby Cabby Coke Fund. And just to say, I appreciate all of you and your support for the channel, and that's very welcome. Before we go much further, I noticed there was some good feedback on the videos today, particularly the one about the lady with the £28,000 benefit cock up where she got caught out on. I think people were a bit enraged with that, and also the £40,000 smart meter blunder that I reported on this morning as well. It's stories like this that people seem to be zeroing in on, real life stuff, not the what's Prince Harry had for breakfast kind of thing that you see in the news. It's 100% bullshit. Now, another thing that I want to cover as well, I've done a couple of bollocks go smart, bollocks to smart meters. I think is more like it. Let's just do a bit of shut that door. Kim Aston, in my state of North Carolina, certain special interest groups are challenging the Election Integrity Act, which I don't mind telling you that I authored and sent to my state Republicans. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, that thing with Piers Morgan and Donald Trump the other day was a joke, wasn't it? There's two sides to that story. There's the unedited version and the edited version that was put out on the news. It's crazy. But back to the plot. Over the last couple of days, I put out a couple of videos to do with credit cards and Section 13A. To do with reducing your council tax liability if you get into a little spot of bother with it. And I noticed particularly I come into some criticism and a little bit of skepticism with regard to Section 13A, and I want to clear that up. Section 13A with the council is a particular set of discretionary powers that every council have. And, they're not well known, they're not publicised, and this enables a council to make decisions outside of their normal remit to do with how they handle council tax. We have all of the, I suppose you can call them conspiracy theories, whether they're fact or not, all over the internet to do with, oh, council tax is illegal, you don't have to pay it, depending on what you believe and what you do, that's up to you. But the fact of the matter is there are lots of people that have paid it or haven't been able to pay it for whatever reason and got themselves right in the brown smelly stuff. Now, once you're there, you have to work out how to deal with it, and that's where Section 13A comes in. You have to write to the council and plead your case. Everybody's circumstance is different, and then they can make a discretionary decision on what's going on. Now, I plan to do another video. I may even make it a live stream to do with a couple of results to do with this, so you can see this stuff actually works. I have a letter from the council myself regarding the Section 13A request, where I had something like £3,500 written off. Now, you may think, well, naughty boy, Andy's not paid his council tax. Now, what it was, before myself and my wife got together and created a family unit, and therefore our circumstances were very different, then to what they are now. We both had a little bit of, I suppose you could call it, arrears from previous times, which weren't taken into consideration. And using the outbreak of the convids and a couple of other things, I managed to get this dealt with and scrubbed out. So it worked in my case, but everybody's different. And I'll go into it in a bit more detail. And also there was some feedback about the cards as well, and I will deal with that. Just for now, what I'd like everybody to do, if you haven't done so already, is hit that like button on the live stream, and that will help the YouTube algorithm boost this thing up the line. We've got some people on Facebook, and we've got about 70 of you watching on here at the moment. So if you haven't done so already, give me 2 thumbs up. Well, actually, no, just 1, because if you hit it twice, it takes it off again. And if you're new here and only just watching us for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. What happened, I had a big break where I didn't do a lot of content. And what happened as a result, my subscribers started to fall. And I started kicking Rafi's ass. That's my guy in the background that helps me out with the channel. And he was saying, you know, you need to get content on. You need to get content on, and your subscribers will return. And that's what's happening. They're coming back to us. So that's excellent. I'm really pleased about that. The other thing to point out as well, I'm on social media, Facebook, Twitter, which we did a video on earlier. I am on, where else am I? Instagram, and I've even got an account on Getter too. Just search Gabby Cabby and you can find me on there. I'm also on Patreon, Ko-Fi, and I've got my own website, andythegabbycabby.com. You can have a poke around that, where there's a bit of a video archive and just some general cab-related gubbins. So check all those out as well. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the chat a little bit and let's see what people have got to say. So many people here are gunning for Piers Morgan and cancelling that Fox extra streaming thing. Piers Morgan, in my opinion, I mean, let's put Factual's comment on there. I saw a taxi driver friend of mine yesterday who absolutely loves Piers Morgan. He thinks he's the bee's knees, the dog's bollocks. He thinks he's brilliant. My mother-in-law thinks the same thing. She absolutely loves Piers Morgan. Hi, Mickey. I see you there. And somebody waved at me as well earlier too. You know, you've got that camp that does, and you also have the camp that doesn't. I'm not a big fan personally, I'll admit it, but one thing I will say is the man is very clever indeed. You see, he's all over the news currently, and the reason is the incendiary remarks he makes, for example, calling Nigel Farage a duplicitous snake, and this interview with Donald Trump, where it's all been pre-recorded, stripped apart, manipulated, and all the rest of it. He's very expert at saying the right things to gain the right headlines. And he does it very well and made a lot of money out of it. So, you know, say what you want. He's very good at what he does. Very good. I get at least 2 new council tax statements each month. 1 minute they say I need to pay 127 a month over 10 months. Then I get a few saving. I need to pay £37 odd. Then it raises to 150-ish. That's Matt Wooten who says that. Are you on any kind of benefits, Matt? Because that sounds a bit stupid to me that they keep messing you around like that. It's usually when there's like a benefit or council tax adjustment, they do that sort of thing. Disney has lost more than 541 billion in shareholder value since the release of internal videos exposing the company's plan to embed gender ideology into its children's programming. This is bullshit. I mean, I saw a video the other day of Disney of old, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald Duck, and all the rest of it. You just want to go and you want the kids to have a good time. Why is everybody and everything around us getting, well, lefty, want to please everybody, whatever you call it? It's a disgrace. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And I wonder when people are going to wake up and smell the coffee with this. I really, truly do. It is ridiculous. Where else are we? Adam Apple, I see you mentioned there, so I assume you're about somewhere. Good to see you, my friend. Uh, Factual breakdown. Thank you. If that person wants to try go after me, that's fine. I find him annoying due to the fact he is annoying. Have you got trouble, factual breakdown? I'll have to catch up on your comments afterwards. The person's right who said so. Tanker said, shouldn't behave like that. Oh, I gotcha. Right. Who's this? Right. Okay. I'll let the mods sort that one out. I don't like what I'm reading there. So yes, 1, 2, 3, toodaloo. Got my rebate today, 150 quid. That's Alan Edge. Right. I'm assuming you're talking about council tax, Alan Edge. Now, what I would like to ask you, and you don't have to tell us, are you paying by direct debit? Yes or no? Because I had a thing from my council about the 150 quid, and it got a little bit, higgledy-piggledy, and I couldn't quite work out what they were getting at, because the government guidelines were you have to be paying by direct debit to get £150, yet my council implied that you wouldn't. Who's this one? Listen to a guy called Scott Riddler about the Ukraine war. Yeah, there's lots going on there, isn't there, that we're not really sure of. Yes, let's put that back. Factual breakdown is brilliant for this channel. That's absolutely correct. Factual breakdown has been very good to me. She's been one of my best supporters. She's got me a fair bit of exposure to other places I might not necessarily would have got to. I don't have a bad word to say about Factual Breakdown, and she's actually one of the moderators of this channel and could deal with people. Do you mean properly? I'm a very good moderator and do my job for this channel. Factual Breakdown, don't even entertain it. If you have a problem, do the job, and you know the one I'm referring to. Your supplier can, and they are criminals. Where are we? Yes, thank you, Lorna McKenzie. I appreciate that, you going in there and sticking up for her, but we can soon get rid of trouble like that. That's no problem. We get them every now and again. Everything is going left. That's why we are going around in circles. That's right, Declan. It's ridiculous. It really, truly is. Well, I guess there will be troublemakers here and there. Yes, absolutely factual. Andy the Gabby Cabby, did you see the David Starkey video I sent you earlier? No, I haven't yet, Julie. I've been on the road pretty much all day. I've got a load of work to do when I get back indoors, and I've got things to catch up on. So I will have a look at your video, Len, and let you know what I think about it by reply. I have the best interests of this channel in mind, always, since Andy is a friend of mine. Feelings mutual, factual. You don't have to defend yourself to anybody, particularly not in public. Don't you worry about that. Bon Scott. Evening, Bon Scott. Good to see you. Who's this one? Right. I don't know who this joker is that keeps having a go at Factual Breakdown, but their history. Every time I see a comment like this, they need to disappear off. I don't know whether one of the mods can deal with that. I've just tried, and it's not allowing me to. Maybe it's something I'll look at afterwards. Julie Keys. It's not factual. It's being put down. No, I know Julie Keys. I get the feeling it's the same person jumping in, changing their screen name and being a dick. I mean, if they want the attention, I can give them the attention. That's no problem whatsoever. But we'll just ignore for now. And I appreciate everyone in the community sticking up for Factual Breakdown, because that's what we are at the end of the day, a community. And I'm not going to allow my chats, my community, to be overtaken by morons. Hello, John Kent. Good to see you. I've got to arrange that meet up with you. And I promise it will be soon. I keep saying it. But, you know, other things overtake. But I've not forgotten you, don't you worry. We'll have that cup of tea soon. That's no worries. Honesty and truth, hello to you. Julie Baldwin, thank you. I see who the problem is. Much appreciated. Yep. Hello, Boston Bobby. Good to see you. I hope you're all right. I saw you come on the other day. There's somebody else here, Willie Ardone, who needs to disappear from this chat rapidly. They can do with going. I think people have it in for Factual Breakdown tonight, and I will have it in for them. Best thing to do with annoying children, ignore them. They'll go away, or send them away. Yes, let's have the thing. Yes, Yorak, I love your last name. You can disappear off as well. Go forth and multiply, as the saying goes. There seems to be a lot of this going on this evening. Right, they're gone. Yes, brilliant. Let's see if we can get rid of this one as well. No, can't get rid of that one. I can only get rid of some people and not others. Yes, here he is. One of our people today. Let's give him some attention. He thinks that Factual isn't great, and there are some others there as well. I don't know who you are or what you think you are, but you're not welcome here. Disappear. And if one of the mods can do the necessary, I will appreciate it. You have a fan across the pond. I'm actually close to the Boston Tea Party Museum. Oh, okay, Bobby, that's great. That's brilliant. Hi, Andy. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm fine, Mike Alligators. Thank you. That's exactly what it was, Andy. This hand creep under assumed names. Is it the same one that we've discussed in the past, Factual Breakdown? Are we having a resurgence of bullshittery, I wonder? But let's not let it overtake. No need to do that, me. Factual Breakdown, hun, that's what we're here for. Brilliant. I love this. Applies to the channel for 2 weeks, leave from Friday. We'll be in Turkey. Adam Apple, Tony Whitworth, studies fine hearing and opposing viewpoint causes no real harm, Andy. Allow both sides of the debate. I have no problem with debate, Tony Whitworth. I've got no problem at all. What I have a problem with is just a mindless insult to people when there's no justification or no need for it, particularly when they've done nothing wrong. If somebody has a problem and they want to deal with it in private. There's a time and a place, and this isn't it. Oh my God, we're turning to biblical references. The states wouldn't put the Maxwell trial on so we could watch, and they're putting Johnny Depp trial on. It's ridiculous, isn't it? They're trialing it through, absolutely trialing it through. Let the mods deal with it. It's stopping the live chat. Yeah, you're right, Declan. It's just in your face, and I wasn't very impressed with it. Anyway, back to it. Samuel L. Saxon, hello. I'm just trying to catch up with the rest of the chat, and then there's another story I want to actually tell you. Bit of a weird one. Yeah, you're right, Dean Town. That's absolutely right. Chrissy Williams. Didn't know that. Okay, we waste. I missed Andy. Could have been another one. Yeah, maybe. Throwing up loose spanner on them. Yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah, this is the daily chat with Andy, the Gabby Cabby, folks. Got a little bit interrupted there for a second, but welcome everybody. If you've just joined us, please don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate that, and all your support you've given me. It's just literally the thumbs up, and we'll try and get this up to somewhere near 100. That's marvelous. If you've just joined Andy the Gabby Cabby as well as a regular viewer and you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Now I'm back in the seat and getting this content out every day again. We're starting to go upwards, which is wonderful. And long may it continue. I want to try and get back up to something like 29.5 because we did drop down again. And don't forget as well, you can find us on all the regular social media channels. Just look up Andy the Gabby Cabby and you'll find me on all of those all over the place. What else have we got here? Yes, there's some of you have done it already. Just to give a shout out to the channel members. It's just £1 a month. It's just a token gesture. No tie-ins at all. Just goes in the Coke tin bin for a rainy day. And it's just a token gesture. And those of you that have done it, I appreciate it very much. And thank you. I found an unusual story in the news. I always look for something when I come out to see you, to see what we can do. And let's have a look at this one. If my actual thing will work. See, we get a bit of extra light as well here doing this. Yeah, there we go. Right, house engulfed in shrubs, trees and vines forces neighbour to build a new wall. It's not news. I just found it unusual. I mean, look at this. If this picture works. Don't know if you can see that house there. Absolutely overgrown with shrubs and trees and everything else. I've seen some of those like that around everywhere. Slurpy Dave's in the house. Hello there. Haven't seen you for a while. And I hope we get some of the old jokes flowing. Yes, a garden in Kent has become so overgrown that a postman now refuses to deliver mail there. I guess he's got to swing through the vines like the unknown stuntman. Branches and vines have spread to nearby properties, leading to a growing number of complaints. Dramatic photos show just how much nature has taken over the garden. In the town of Ramsgate, that's my local neck of the woods, a van facing the street is pictured nearly engulfed in leaves and branches, while huge trees can be seen towering over the house. The town's local postman has stopped delivering letters through the property's front door. You probably can't fucking reach it. That's one of the things. And says the chaotic garden makes the house undeliverable. One neighbour claims he was forced to rebuild their wall due to the out-of-control vegetation. I get that kind of at the back of my house where you get the old creeping ivy coming over the walls and everything. It really does push things out. It's thought that barely any natural light on the inside of the property due to the volume of trees. I guess that would block everything out, wouldn't it? One disgruntled neighbour told The Sun the locals are aware of it. The PCSOs and the fire brigade have been round a few times to have words. I don't understand how there is no responsibility for it. You have people walking up and down, picking up litter. I'm left thinking seriously, what is the point of that when you have this there? It isn't as bad as it was. It's been cut down a bit, but the front is completely overgrown. There's a place round the corner from me, probably 20 or 30 minutes down the road. There was a famous wrestler used to own it when they were alive years ago, and that was the same. It just become completely overgrown with hedges and all sorts. And I think they've been trying to do something with the land for ages. Thanet District Council, there's the name, John Kemp will know where I'm coming from with that, reportedly have struggled to get through to the house's owner. Ted, another neighbour, told The Sun He's very nice, but a bit secluded. The house is definitely being lived in. He doesn't do a lot with it, though. He lives alone, so we leave him alone. Meanwhile, Renee Reeves said her mysterious neighbour was an enigma wrapped in a bush. I'd love to be an enigma wrapped in a bush. There used to be a little path that went up to the front door, but that's long gone. It's all overgrown. Some of the vines have started going to the chimney of the other house, and it gets into the brickwork, which won't be any good. That's probably that creeping ivy stuff. The friend added the man preferred using the back door to get in and out of the home. A spokesman for Thanet Council said, "We're aware of the situation at the property on Boundary Road, Ramsgate, and our empty houses team has attempted to engage with the owner on more than one occasion, unfortunately without any success." I know where Boundary Road is. It's a big road that goes down near the seafront, kind of traffic lights, and then all the way up past, on a roundabout. I might go and see if I can see it for myself. But, could you imagine a house with just absolutely covered with a great big tree at the front? It's ridiculous. I don't know if there's anything they can do about it unless it protrudes on other people's properties. I really, really don't. Let's go back to the chat, shall we, and see who we've got. He's thinking the winter, good insulation. That's right. Or he ain't got any hedge trimmers. Diddy and Ringo, evening Andy the Gabby Cabby, lurking a bit. Where are we? I missed that. Linking a bit as Teddy has emptied my clean laundry basket and is running around dancing with my unmentionables. Well, you don't mention your unmentionables, and I certainly won't. Why is that Westminster always seems to have a blank check for wars in other countries, yet only seem to have more austerity and more tax cuts for this country? There's obviously a magic money tree, isn't there, Tony? We're just not getting it. Angie Etheridge, I love gardening, just sorted out all our garden, took out the bushes and shrubs, been in for years and blocked a lot of light. One of the problems we have here over the back of our house is farmland, and I think before all of this area where our houses are at the moment was farmland to a large extent years ago. And, you get problems with different seeds and spores. And I'm always picking the damn things out of my driveway. It's crazy. Slurpy Dave's making money from picking up grass. He's raking it in. Well, there you go. Slurpy Dave is our resident jokester. He turns up every now and again with a few chuckles. So good to see you, Slurpy. I know these times are a bit difficult for you, so I appreciate you coming over. Barrister Steve Barrett, no, Boris Johnson didn't mislead Parliament. Was it really tidy garden when you got it? You could plant some vegetables. They do kind of stop all the weeds and stuff coming in, don't they? That's something. I mean, my old man's always doing that sort of thing with veggie patches and whatever. Just going back through the comments, see what I've missed from people. Robert McNair, hello. Good to see you. I'm thinking Jack and the Beanstalk. It probably is. You probably find Jack up on the ceiling trying to untangle himself. Bird's nest soup, front and back. Love it. Slurpy Dave. I missed one of his jokes there, haven't I? I'll put that up if I can find it. I love gardening. Just sorted out our garden. What's the woman who lives there? Her name's Kate. The real Pollyanna. Take us there, Andy. Yeah, tomorrow, I'll see if I can find some time to try and locate it. I've got to go over that side of town, the real Pollyanna, and we'll see. I'll see if I can find the place. To be honest, a lot of the time I drive up the roads and I don't pay any heed or pay any attention to the houses, really. It's just one of those things. Did your bungalow you moved to have grass, Kirky Bailey? David L, he's thinking of the winter, good insulation, or he's in debt. Yeah, well, that could cure the old thing, couldn't it? Turn your heating off and be bush insulated. I heard of greenhouse, but that takes the piss. It certainly does, Declan, to me. Uh, Hello, Uncle Gary. I see someone mention you in the chat. John Gray as well. Good for wildlife. Me or my dad, my home brew. Yeah, you're all talking about it. Love the smell of recently cut grass. I always do as well. It's brilliant, isn't it? We've got a load down the road here. We've got a load of like little, I suppose you can call them little grass patches all the way down the street. And, you know, people come out and, you know, they mow it quite regularly and you get that nice smell of fresh cut grass in the summertime. It's nice. Hi, Heisenberg. I hope you have a good day. Good vibes, good vibes. Yes, just want to give a shout out to my cousin Jenny. Seeing as my uncle Gary is in the house tonight, Jenny's his daughter, my cousin. Just want to say happy birthday to Jenny. I remember when she was born. Makes me feel old. I think it will be some time before Maxwell's daughter gets her verdict because of various others being involved. Yeah, definitely. That's not cut and dry, that. Reasons to join 99p level is all this content for price of a cheeseburger on Savers menu of a certain restaurant where you'll all be loving it. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I dropped a customer at Heathrow tonight and he loved it that certain restaurant's a stone's throw from his hotel he's staying in. So I think he will be visiting there this evening. Not weed, could be. Hi Andy and all. Yes, the local councils do need to step in, the real Pollyanna. That's true, but seldom do they. Angus has been barking at a hedgehog. Just had to go in the bushes to drag him away. Drag him away. Oh my God. Sounds like mine. The sound's much better now, by the way. I was saying it was a bit tinny before on this stream. I don't know whether it's signal and that sort of thing as well, Matt. I mean, tonight, what I usually did with the live streams, I was doing it off the microphone straight in my phone. But you can see I've got earbuds in tonight, and I thought that might be a little bit better, you know, for the overall performance, and hopefully it come across. Yeah, that is in Ramsgate, John. Boundary Road. I don't know whether you've seen it, but I never have, and I drive up there quite often, so it's a wonder. Yeah, hello Heisenberg. I see you've just got in the chat. Hope you're all right. Andy, Rishi Sunak's wives non-dom. Boris, what's a condom? Yes, I think you might need to know that one. John Harris, because trolls need to upset people to make themselves feel better. Oh, there. Happy birthday, Jenny Reynolds. That's nice. Thank you. Why is no one standing for the people in Shanghai like they are Ukraine? Because nobody's TV told them. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I had a discussion about that today, what's going on over there. It's disgraceful, and there's hardly any coverage, is there? They're taking the zero approach, and the zero approach isn't going to cut it. And the other interesting thing that I spoke to my customer about, he works in telecommunications, and he was telling me that Nokia, or Nokia, however you want to say it, has actually pulled out of old Ruski, and a lot of their telecommunications are based on Nokia technology. And you know what they will find eventually, it's going to break and there won't be anybody there to fix it. They could have problems pretty soon, so we'll have to see what happens. 9 more please. Is that to the ton? Factual breakdown. I don't see the likes on this, just the numbers watching, and I've got 98 on YouTube and 5 on Facebook. That's all good. Elon Musk takes over Twitter. Billionaire signs historic deal with social media giant. Elon Musk has reached a deal with Twitter to buy the social media platform in a $44 billion deal. Is that actually confirmed now, Julie Baldwin, that that's actually the case? Because I did the video a couple of hours ago and they were on the verge of it. But if it's now the case, then brilliant. But we'll have to see what kind of effect that has on, the way they handle themselves with free speech and everything else. Because, certain subjects there are off limits. They won't have it. I mean, with StreamYard, I've got the ability to actually project this live stream onto Twitter as well. And I won't do it simply because of the audience that you could potentially pick up over there. It's not great. My basic mobile Nokia, over 10 years old and still does the job. Well built and reliable, Anna Perkins says. Is that one of those 3330s or whatever they called them, 3310s? I mean, if you took your average smartphone now and slang it on the floor, it'd smash into a million pieces. But I saw a video once where you took one of these old Nokia phones and you could drill a hole in the middle of it and the damn thing would still work. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. It just shows how well built those older, I suppose they call them dumb phones now, don't they? Not non-smartphones. What's the difference between Parliament and a hedgehog? The pricks on the outside of a hedgehog. Thank you, Uncle Gary. I appreciate that one. Deantown 4 now. Okay. Excellent. Kirky Bailey. Elon should dump Twitter into space. Yes, he could launch it on one of his SpaceX rockets, couldn't he? Yeah, my mum likes my uncle's joke. I suppose I do as well. Sounds like a 3330. Julie Baldwin, brilliant about Twitter. Think they'll lay out the red carpet for Trump's return. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. I bet all the lefties in Twitter, though, are having a right old paddy, aren't they, right at this moment? Don't know whether they're coming, going, or sideways. It's pretty good. Factual breakdown. I was thinking about you the other day. That's Mike Alligators. Yeah, she's been not present a couple of times. Good for you, but be careful, as they might accuse you of being aggressive. Andy, have you noticed the MSN is saying Russia is losing, then saying Russians next country to invade? I suggest not listening to the MSN. They're tying themselves up in knots, aren't they, David L? I mean, that's a very valid point there. I mean, I noticed they say the N word fairly regularly, as in nuclear, as in boom, we're all dead. But it doesn't seem to, amount to anything. It's there's inconsistencies. I mean, if you look day to day and then you check with different sources, there's definite inconsistencies. They're losing the war, and then all of a sudden they're going to nuke us all. It just doesn't say anything really. Doesn't say anything. Who else is behind Musk takeover? This will irritate the lefties. It certainly will, and that's the best thing about it, Air Zulu. I love a bit of lefty irritation. I really do. She works in a yogurt shop, and the owner has her closing the store. Closing the store all alone tomorrow night. No cameras in the store, and no one else with her. She is tiny. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Factual breakdown. Surely she has some kind of right to say, "I ain't doing it." I don't know what to suggest there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, let's put that up there. I don't know what the employment laws are like in America. I mean, I see on the television very much, if you don't go, you're fired, get out, go. I never want to see your ass in my shop again. It's that sort of thing. But surely, a young girl, tiny, as you say, I know what Shannon Lee looks like. You've sent me pictures of her and your family and everything. Being alone in a shop in America late at night, shutting up, that puts her in a vulnerable position, and surely that's not right. I don't know whether you can do something about that. She can. It's disgusting that she's been put in that position, and all the stories we hear, it's not great, is it? Does Diane Abbott have a smartphone? Nokia 34 times 17 equals 348. Thank you, Alan Edge. Brilliant. Andy, an armed thug could come in and decide to take her. Exactly my point. Factual breakdown. What's she supposed to do? Is she worried about her job? If she says no, is that the point? I mean, if that happens, let me know. I mean, it's a crazy, crazy world we live in, and you're probably aware of the same stories I am, and probably more so. Andy the Gabby Cabby. Back in the days, I worked in a jewellery shop. Let's put that up there. And I was told 2 staff must always be on duty. I assume that should be everywhere, especially nowadays. Yeah, I agree with you. I remember years ago, I must have been about 20, 21 years old, something like that. I had a job in the arcade at Dreamland, Margate Seafront. Those of you that are familiar with Margate, you look at the Dreamland Cinema. Whoa, I forgot to shut that door, moment. You look at the Dreamland Cinema, and you look at the front of it. You got the cinema steps, and you've got this bit here, which was the arcade. I used to work in there, and there was always 2 of us. And one day, I had a day off, and I was told that my colleague, Terry, his name was, would have somebody with him. I went back to work the next day. Terry had a black eye. Some troublemakers came in, and Terry tried to deal with them, and one of them punched him, and he had no backup. I'm not saying it could have been different if I was there, but maybe if he had the backup in me and we were backing each other up, could have been different. I think in certain areas you can't really be in there on your own. Andy, she's afraid. She's not even 5 feet tall, under 100 pounds. Oakland, California is too close, and they already had the smash and grab at Nordstrom's. Yeah, it's a disgusting situation to put a young girl in, definitely. Hi, Clive Henderson. Good to see you. See you live from Facebook there. Hope you're all right. Hope Bits works. Facebook anyway. You okay? Yep, perfectly fine, Clive. Thank you. Declan Toomey, not safe, not right. No, it's not. It's not. And as I said, it's employment rights. What rights does she have if she says no? I mean, over here we're tied up in red tape. There's all sorts of procedures and everything else that she could instigate to get herself out of that trouble. But this isn't good. Putin looks as if he's not got a medical problem, let alone a mental one. He looks like he's on steroids. Yeah, did you see Zulu that footage of him in the media? I think it was yesterday, and he was very much fidgety, and he's I'm doing this. Well, probably look like his false teeth are coming out if he wears them. It just didn't look right. I showed my wife, and she was like, "What the hell's going on with him?" It was crazy. But again, it's the media, isn't it? Hi, Neat. Good to see you. Yes, you are late, I'm afraid. Sorry to hijack the chat. She will give her notice and not close the store alone. You don't have to apologise. Factual breakdown. It's it's a relevant issue, isn't it? That and it needs bringing to the fore very much. Daphne Lynch to carry on, so he hadn't not to arrived. I phoned and complained. Anna Perkins, at least a 16-year-old is considered trustworthy. But that is way too young to keep that level of responsibility. It is, and particularly on her own late at night. I totally agree, Anna. I'm bloody hungry, John Gray says. Haven't you had your tea yet? Have you, what's this? Have you got new system or new message system? Clive Henderson says. Yeah, I'm now using a system called StreamYard, which a load of the others, other YouTube broadcasters use, and I think it's bloody brilliant. I really like it, and that's good. What's your government pulling out a lender on a car? I missed that one. Where are we? Alan Pape, John Gray, there will be weak shortages without it. Kirky Bailey, I would oppose that decision on War Will Always Way. Andy, my message was further up the chat to explain why I was talking about Amazon letting down. All right, I'll have a shifty of that when it's all over and done with. Where are we? Bev Berry, good news. I think my chest infection is getting better. That's brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, that happens to the old convids, doesn't it? It sticks around for a while. I'll put this up for Steve. Evening, Andy. What's your opinion on the government putting out a tender on a contract for a digital biometric passport last week? Steve, my opinion of that is I don't think any of this is over. I don't think it's over by a long shot. I think they want us all tied right where they want us. I think they want to track every single one of our movements, no matter where we go. And, you know, all this Ukraine, Partygate and all the rest of it is just blag and bluster. It's all part of the big plan, the big what's going on, and little things like you've just pointed out there are quietly being slid in underneath. And, you know, if you put a tender out for something, you intend on doing it, or there's a high probability it will happen. It stinks. It really does. And I believe that shenanigans are afoot. By the way, everybody, I'll give Steve's business a shout out. I actually know Steve. My wife worked for him for a time. If you're a local business in the Thanet area, this is a guy that does leaflet distribution. It's all GPS tracked. So you know your leaflets actually end up in the doors they're supposed to. He does businesses. He's done mine. He's done others. He walks for miles and miles and miles, putting doorstep leaflets through everywhere, and he's very good. He's on Facebook. I mean, Thanet Leaflet Distribution, you're called, aren't you, Steve? And he does a good job for you. And at the peak times, he has other people working for him as well, delivering the leaflets too. So there you go, a little shout out for Steve there. Let's have a look who else we got in the comments now. It's just a renewal for the current biometric passport provider. I work closely with a firm in Holland that's bidding for it. They already do passports or so. I know there's, you know, the biometric passports, says 78, you know, we know that, but it's there's something else afoot here. I don't think it's as clear cut as that. Put AS as seen on YouTube on the side of your cab. There's an idea, Cosmic. I like that. Jane Griffiths. Now I'm not sure on Elon. Well, we'll have to see, won't we? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt there. I don't want anyone tracking my travels. None of their business. Virus is just another great. Yeah. I've, this guy that I took to the airport this afternoon. Uh, he was off to America, and before the pandemic hit, he was all over the world working in telecommunications. And by nature of what's happened, he's ended up staying in America, and it's it's turned his uh, turned his world upside down, and he's ended up more permanently based there. I've just gone to the Facebook feed, and the sound is much better. Perhaps a few tweaks between platforms needed. You could be right, Anna. I'll go and check that out. I've started stocking up on the stuff Ukraine are not producing. My wife went to the shop earlier for some cooking oil. I think it was sunflower oil actually, and she said they were limited to what they could actually have. So I think this is starting already. And somebody said to me earlier something about a load of fires in food processing plants. They appear to be on the rise. Let's just have a quick shifty through the rest of these, see if there's anything of any relevance. One of my daughters locks up a big store. There's free security around her. It should be done. That's okay. Hi guys, happy Monday to you all. That's Marge Reed. Good to see you, Marge. That's brilliant. We got everybody there. Right, at 56 minutes, folks. So I think we're going to call it a day today. We've just had a general chat that I wanted to have with you yesterday. The whole thing went wrong yesterday, as you know, those of you that were there. And I think it was just the airport environment I was in. And thankfully today, it's gone a little bit correct. What I want to do, I want to review this recording because we're just getting used to StreamYard and seeing what that does, and seeing how the sound and everything is, and going from there. Somebody's just reported to me that the sound apparently is a lot better on Facebook than it is here, so I shall go and review that shortly. I mean, whether these earbud things have made a difference, I don't know. I think Alan Pate said to me a day or two ago, it sounded rather tinny. And I listened back to it, and I'm afraid to say, yes, I agreed with him. It was a little bit on the tinny side, but we'll make some other improvements. I know there's other microphones and things you can get. I know there's these clip-on things, so we'll make it work. I want to stick with StreamYard and make it work. I'm very pleased with it, and the extra functionality it gives. I mean, particularly you can have guests on here and all sorts of things. So there's potential development there for greater things with the live streams. May I ask everybody, just one last request, if you haven't done so already, please give the stream a thumbs up. I know we're over 100, but please give it a little bit more. What else? If you've just started watching us, please subscribe to Andy the Gabby Cabby. I will appreciate that. And let's get them subscribers on the up again. We're certainly starting to grow again now. I've got more of this momentum going once more. And what else? Yes, please support the channel. You can see the old channel memberships there. And we're on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Getter. And I think that might be it. And we have the website, andythegabbycabby.com. So again, thank you everybody for coming along. There'll be more content for you tomorrow. I'm actually going to interview / meet a new driver tomorrow, which I'm pleased about, and get a bit of backup in the business. And I'm off to Gatwick again, and I will be in front of the camera as well, bringing you more stuff. I'm not sure, thinking about it actually, the live tomorrow, because I'm actually going to my friend Dave's in the evening for a drink. Because I've not seen him for a while. So I might try and do something a little bit earlier, or we might have to waylay things, but we'll make that up as we go along. Anyway, folks, enough rabbiting. Thanks again for coming along. It was good to see you all, and until tomorrow, toodaloo.